Oh, Grim. Yeah, they are. They're the worst. Yeah, I do. I need to sit like there. Oh, no, don't. Oh my God.
It's a beautiful language.
Yes.
Your website said to me for 24 minutes.
Oh my God. That is just. Oh, there's a one. She's gone now.
Anyway.
Oh, what the fuck? Fuck. Yeah, I feel that. Feel ya. Hi.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. So we've just like Miranda's here as well. And we've just decided that word of the day is fuck. Just like that's where we're going. Everything's just fuck.
Is it
How
your
about yours?
internet or mine?
Oh, it's probably out. So I'll wait till Jen gets on. But it's been like really bad. So that I might have to hotspot off my phone. It's getting worse.
That's all right. I wondered
That's
if that
right.
was part of the fuck thing.
It 100% is.
So you're like freeze framing into all these crazy faces. I love it. So
I'll be like, fuck, whatever.
yeah.
Everyone today is just going to be like whinging. Everyone has permission to swear today.
Yay.
Oh, well, it's only you guys that are getting the recording. We're all right here.
I've missed your
how's
voice,
first-
mate.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I've missed you. All right, legends, you ready?
Yeah.
We're ready. Yeah. All right. Jen will be here. Her internet's terrible. So whatever. Right. So let's. So what we're gonna work through today, or the next few weeks, actually, is the bigger, broad program, the original programming. So like going through some of the ARM stuff we don't do too often, and like working towards some of those big fancy exercises, which would be super fun. And I think like when we do this together, we can break them down a bit better as well. So I think like as soon as you're ready, Alana, just start by doing footwork of any kind. So what we want to really get used to through the next couple of weeks is just like putting everything together really. And because there's times when if you're teaching the original sequence, you just don't have enough time in an hour to get through it. So what I'll skip today is the stomach massage series, just so that we can get through all the box stuff and really get onto the back half of the program. But we'll get back to get back in. So what I went through the warm-up section is because we want to get in rowing today. Have you guys done 3 foot positions and calf raises? We'll just wait for Alana. So foot position of choice. Keep going. Yep. Jen, if you're watching this later, we're just doing footwork until we're ready to set off on the 100. And Alana's just got back from the seas, so she's probably pumped today. Yep. Yes. So once we've all finished our final foot position over in the studio and Alana's done her calf raises, let's just make this a bit bigger. That's better. All right, so you guys in here can go foot bar down. No whinging. You can whinge actually. Alana, up to you if you want to go foot bar up or down for the 100. Because we also want to learn how to get into these, exercises from good positions. So once we've got our straps in our hands, let's go all springs for us in here, and then probably just 2 springs for you when you're ready, Alana. And then laying all the way out flat. So before we even get started, let's put a little bit of tension into our straps so that it, yeah, good. So it lifts our shoulders up and just brings on the body automatically. Then we're going to have a real go at pushing our low back into the carriage. So like epic tuck to the point we could lift our legs up, or the feeling of. Yeah, well done, everyone. Now, using those feelings in our body, what that's going to do is give us really good leverage to lift our legs up straight. So just in your mind's eye, to think, okay, where am I going to take my legs today? And that might mean low, that could be 90 degrees, that could be into the chest. Cool. So in one move, using that same low back down, legs up kind of feeling, lift into your 100 shape for the day. And off we go. Nice. So as we're 100ing, whatever position you've chosen, let's try and stick with that if we can. And we're just going to deepen into it. So everyone's on different planes of movement right now. So what we'll all do is try and really keep that mid to low back really flat. So what that does to the rest of us is it lifts the top half up. And for some, it might actually lift your bottom half up as well. So Alana, you can think like, could I bring my legs closer to me? Miranda, you're going to think more like, if I'm pressing on your shins, could you press up against that? That's 100, says Leonie. So we'll lower the legs down straight, arms up to the sky, and then everyone can come up and change for short spine springs. So 2 springs in here. Alana, if you're good to go with your springs for short spine, you can absolutely just jump straight in. And then we'll have to set up our straps for short spine. That's it, Miranda, well done. Watch Leonie as well if you want to. Yep, perfect. All right, so once we're in, let's try headrest down. If you're in before we're starting, just frog and just get used to your springs, because frogs are quite nice to do before short spine anyway. Yeah, super good. So we're still thinking that same mid back down, legs up. Right. So let's start knees into our chest. And I want you to grab on top of your shins like you would in Roll Like a Ball and pull yourself into the smallest shape you can. So thighs on chest. Now super strong arms, and push hard with your shins against your arm to get that roundness feeling even more. The hard thing I'm going to ask you to do here is hold on to that feeling and let your hands go so you can take them back down onto the mat. That's hard enough. Awesome. Slowly press out into your frog. Good. Hips lift to roll yourself over. Beautiful. Awesome. Knees are going to fold into the shoulder blocks, and we'll take a pause there. Once our knees are folded in, I want you to think of lifting your pelvis up more. Very nice, team. Hold that shape, roll on down. Come through that ball again, and then press straight back out. Excellent. Hips up, roll over. Good, Alana, that was excellent. Fold your knees in, lift your hips. Yes, Miranda, that's awesome. Roll down from there. You, my friend, can press your thighs on your chest. Yep. Rad. And then roll back out. So we'll do like 3 more, say 2 to 3 more in our own time. If someone hasn't finished their 2 to 3, we'll just add some more in. So what we really want to work on here is compression, because we're not doing tendon stretch today. So we really want to get some compression feeling into our body. And short spine's a great place to do it for anyone. The trick is to really work hips up. Really work hips up, yeah. So anyone who's got like sacrum tension or low back tension is a really good one for, even if it's hard. Excellent. So we'll finish this last one off for everyone. Come down onto the carriage again and tuck yourself back into that ball shape. Extra press onto your shins. So hands to shins again. Yeah. Holding that sensation, lift your head up into your knees. Take your straps off and pop them. And we're going to go coordination from this point. Okay. Yes, super team. All right. So head to knees, elbows on the carriage tucked to your side. Good. And let's press arms and legs long, legs open, close, knees in, elbows bend, head to knees. Yes. And again, press out, open, close, bring it in. Excellent. What we want to work a lot on is the bend of the elbows. So when we bend it in, make that like really juicy, as if it's very tense, so that that can actually hold, like you can hold your tension on the way in just as much as the way out. Yeah, super good. One more time. And then we bring it in. 2 straps into your left hand. Let's bring ourselves up, everyone to one spring. So probably a red, Alana will be fine for rowing. And then we're going to continue around so that we're facing the end of the reformer. You're tired already. Told you we were going to just whip through the warm up. We've got exploring time at another point. All right, so we can either cross our ankles over or have them straight through the middle of the shoulder blocks. It honestly doesn't matter. But what we want to work with is like, where's our placement on the carriage? So not super close to the end, because we want to get feedback for our pelvises. I think we get a bit lost there when we're looking at shorter people, because they can sit further back. So to start with, if we lift our arms up, lean forward more than you think. And then kind of like what I was telling Miranda with her shins before was as if she was to push up against something. So we want to have that lift as well, as if we're pushing, like doing a delt lift, basically. Yeah. Holding right up there, fist to chest, elbows up. Roll back with your fists on your chest. Good. When your sacrum's down, pause there. Elbows out, hands to T. Good. Hands go back, head goes to knees, and big press back. Good stuff, team. Hold it, press more. Lift your arms up, circle forward, take a tiny stretch, and then we sit back up again. Remember, it's almost pitched forward today. Then we go fists to chest, elbows up, roll back. Yeah, super good. Arms to T. Press your arms back, head goes forward. Big push back behind you. Lift up to circle forward. Take a moment here and then sit up again. So 2 reps through for everyone in your own time. The really cool thing to see with elbows up is, I know like most people would call it dumping into the low back, but what it is just relaxing, really. It's just a relaxed position. With elbows up, it pulls your rib cage up. So you've actually got more room to play around. And that's a really simple cue to give people just to get them sitting upward, is just lift your elbows. How do you feel about that? Yeah, it works for you. Yeah. When you're done, Leo, you need to have a moment. Just let your shoulder have a little relax. Yeah, nice, Brenda. Yeah, good, Alana. Excellent. Once we've finished that one, if you're done, just holding your stretch for a moment, Alana, you can sit straight back up, and we're going to go into biceps. So my bicep, I teach biceps like very contrology, which is very simple. So there's no big arm press to come forward. It's just a bicep hinge circle. That's really it. So if we start the same kind of way, so that thought of pushing your arms up against something, same here. Then we go bicep curl to around 90 degrees. Hold that position. We flat back hinge backwards, flat back hinge forward, and then we fold head to knees. Arms go down the side of the reformer, and we repeat the circle all the way around. Good. And then sit back up. So spine's really lifted. Bicep curl, hinge back, hinge forward, head to knees, hands to the side of the reformer, and then circle around. Awesome. Again, another 2 here. And what we want to get out of this one is this is an arms exercise, right? So we want to make it feel like arms. So when we're leaning back, like lead with your hands and fists because that can push you further. It's not all about like a torso position. So we'll give ourselves one more time. Think right up, Leonie, like lift. Yeah. Carly's a really good one for this, for really strong positions. Nice, Miranda. Oh, team. Hell yeah. Once we finish the circle here, we're just going to place our straps onto the leather of the carriage. And you just pop them down. Lift yourselves up. We're going to do a 180. So feet are facing the foot bar and bum up to the shoulder blocks. And then overhand grip. Like kangaroo grip. Kangaroos do. They hop like this. Yeah. They can only do overhand. Yeah. All right. So arms to arm, hands to armpits, little lean forward again. And we know that feeling of lifting up now. So all we go is arms up to 45, lower down as far as you can. Now lift up all the way to ear region, milk it for all it's got, circle back to the armpits. Brilliant. And again, arms up to 45 degrees, lower down to the carriage or thereabouts, lift all the way back up to circle, around to the hip, and then up to your armpits again. Excellent. 2 more of those. Team in here, can you lean forward more? Yeah. How's that on your shoulder, Leonie? Just do it small. So this will be our last one coming through. And when we finish it, finish with your hands at your hips. Nice, Lana. Okay. So going straight into the forward fold. So this time we go straight down. So hands under feet, nose to knees, arms come up to circle. Yeah. And again, hands under your feet. So think like you're trying to go, like you're trying to put a pole under your feet. Like when when you played in primary school and you had like a stick and you were trying to just double joint yourself all the way around. That's what I imagine we're doing here. Last one. Don't take it to primary school. Now holding out arms at T without touching hands down to the carriage, bring yourself into a cross-legged position. Well played. And then straight into hug a tree. Normal hands. So you can do the flippy thing. Yeah. And then pull it around there. Oh, that's brilliant, Alana. So you're doing the hands forward, the palms forward, right? Yeah. So what we worked on before, Miranda, was like pressing through your palm to hug rather than kind of just in and out. So when you come like around here, it's like you want to push the back of your hand away from you a bit more. Yeah. And then hold that tension to open. Oh, yeah. That does the same thing to you that elbows up does. And it kind of lifts you without having to like manipulate your body anymore. We're nearly done, Leonie, I promise. Okay, now hands together. We'll bring them up for shaving and we'll go behind our head. There we go. We sure are. There we go. So knuckles together as they come behind your head, then a big press forward. Well done. And again, nice. Eyes up changes the exercise. Yeah, so it makes your upper back work. Let's go 2 more. And 1. Beautiful. Bring it all the way down. Hang up your straps. Grab your long box and then 2 springs on in the middle. Somewhere in the middle. For swan. So if you need padding for swan, grab it now. Yeah. And then we'll grab our mats in here so we don't slide away. Grab this little dude, yeah. And just pop that at the front of your box. All right, so stepping up onto the frame or the foot bar, it's honestly up to you. As long as your toes feel wedged in, I think that's the main thing. I do mine on the frame. Leonie, do you do yours frame or full bar frame? Yeah, so we're frame people, great. Alana doesn't have a choice. Then we're going to press away and put our thighs on the box. We'll do a couple of preps because we haven't done this for a few weeks. So starting up, you can have hands down and then just calf raise. So team in here, you can bend your knees more and lift yourselves up. Good. Keep going, Alana. I'm just going to help Miranda. Yep. Come, bend your knees. Yep. Let's lift you up higher, like there, just for this exercise. Yeah. So then push through your arms. And if you bend back in, stay there and just like point flex through your feet. Yep, that's it. So calf raise. And you're going to think like thigh stretch because you can, because I can do it for you. So there's definitely, yeah. So it's kind of like if I'm grabbing your hips, I'm having to pull you backward, but you're not needing to come up anymore. So you can actually flex. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Try there because that's actually going to help you more than being in a back bend. It's going to be different when we do the full swan. So don't worry about it. But as the prep, that's actually what we can do. Did you catch that, Alana?
Yeah.
So Miranda's a brilliant backbender and it's really hard for her to get the tuck under. So I was pulling her back and allowing her body to flex to actually do the exercise, which gives her like better low back muscles too. So it's just a different way to do it. Yeah. Cool. All right, laying down on our box. Let's go the whole way. No whinging. All right. Arms down by the side. This one's really simple. All we're going to do is press out to arms and legs straight. So torpedo. Yep. Bend your knees, lift your arms to the sky. Awesome. Press back out into your flat and then bring it home. Awesome. And again, press out arms and legs long. Bend your knees to lift. Beautiful. Press back out. Good. Feet, everyone. And bring it in. 2 more times. Now, if we can get up to that top section and we feel pretty good, imagine doing a thigh stretch to bring yourself into more of a back bend. Yes. There you go. Just think thigh stretch. Nice, Alana. I know you're doing it, Leonie. I can't see you because Miranda's butt's in the way, but that's okay. We'll take it. Beautiful. This video is definitely not going on to anything that's not amongst us for there's too much swearing today. Beautiful. So once Alana's finished, you're free to stay on 2 springs, 4 pulling straps if you want to, change down if you want to. You could probably do it on that reformer. Or you can I like on the blue one, no. Alana's probably no, it's a different feeling on your reformer, so you can change down, but if you want to give it a crack, Miranda, go for it. So what we want to really focus on pulling straps as our like strong back exercise, I want to say. So it's not so much the bendy back exercise. So let's curl around our box. So head as close to the box as we can get it. Arms down by the side of the reformer and give it a little bit of pull already and just hold it there because then your muscles are like, right, I know what's going to happen. Then we go arms to hips, up, chest forward. Good. Back down and we do that again. So whatever's on the box is really going to stay on the box. So if you can feel, that's much better, Miranda. If you can feel your ribs on the front edge of the box, try and hold them there. If you're struggling to get your arms up, chest lower will help. Then when your hands clear your butt, that's when you can lift a bit higher. So Alana, you could lift everything up. Yes, my friend, even your arms. Boom. One more time only. We're coming up to hold. Good. Arms out to a T. You can give yourself a bit more slack in your straps if you wish, and then pull back as close as you can to your hips. So this one will be small, Miranda. Don't worry about it being the whole distance. Just good quality. Well done. Nice, Leonie. When's the last time you were on the blue reformer, Leonie? Very nice. Right up over your butt, Alana, you can. Last one. Thank you very much. Collapse down. Ooh. All right. 2 straps into your one hand and we'll let's go right side, step off to your right. 2 springs for us in here. You probably want to do what you did the 100 on for backstroke, Alana, because we want it to be a bit heavier than teaser. So like two springs. And then once you've got your springs on, let's just come to sit at the front edge of our box. So we're all going to do this together. Okay. And by front edge, I mean like really front edge. Yeah. Yeah. So something we want to practice is we do have the advantage here because our reformers are on the stopper, but we want to learn how to do it like a roll back into our start position so we're not dropping our head at any point. So if we're sitting right on our edge, let's roll our spine back. At some point, we have to bring our legs with us. And then when we can, knuckles to forehead. And that's our start position. Yeah, Alana, beautiful. Well done. Okay, so it's kind of like coordination. We lift up as much as we can. Arms and legs to the sky. Circle the arms and legs down to the 100 shape and hold. Good. Could we get higher? 1, 2, 3. Bring everything back down and we start again. Super good. Arms and legs up. Circle, round to the 100. Hold 1. Get higher 2. Get higher 3. Roll all the way back. One more time. Everything up. Circle around to hold in the 100. Now lock it in. 1, 2, 3. Bring it all the way down and then wriggle yourselves back to a for teaser. You can take a spring off for this one if you want to, Maria, as well, and see how that goes. Okay, Leonie, what do we want at the top? What do you want to do at the top? Circles? Oh, okay. So at the top of our teaser, first time we're doing, let's go 3 arm circles in a direction of choice. The second time we do it, 3 leg circles, and the third time we do it, 3 hug a tree. All right. Legs together, and let's press our legs up, continue up to the top. 3 arm circles. 1 and 2 and 3. Lower down. I'll be doing this with you one day. And we go again. Everything up. Leg circles this time. Beautiful. Roll on down. Okay, this one's the one we got to lock in hard. Okay. When you're ready, everything up. You wait until one day we do shaving, everyone. Ooh. Okay, hug a tree. Do your worst. 1. It can be small. 2. And 3. Thank you very much. Roll on down. Excellent. How's everyone's shoulder health today that's not Leonie? Fine. Alana, good? Yep. Okay, 2 against 1. We're going to do breaststroke. 1 spring. Okay. Awesome. Leonie, if you want to do this, no straps. Yeah. All right, team, let's go. So straps in front of us, and we're going to lunge to lay down facing the foot bar on our front. So go strap. You do, okay. You do you. You know what? We'll just let that. That's fine. Great. Well done. Okay, so overhand grip as well. So kangaroo grip. It's the next thing we're going to do. This is just like rowing from the chest. So hands to armpits, heels to your butt. And we're going to kick our heels to our butt 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now press your arms forward, legs back, lift yourselves up, circle back. And again, heels to butt. 1, 2, 3, arms and legs back and forward. Boom. Lift up, circle around, and we do it again. Okay. And I know in our mind, we want to lift up really high. Just imagine someone's pushing down on your feet. That's the best I can give you. Because it's really not one of these exercises, unless you're 5 foot, that's going to lift you up. Or you've been doing contortion for your life and you know how to lift your body like that. But it's tricky with straps, so make it about muscles. Good. Finish this one off. And then 2 hands to the front edge of the box, split your legs, and we'll bring ourselves up into horseback. Then we get to do the cool straps thingy, where you got to get them out like that. Yeah. Okie doke. So straight legs to the edge of the box, hands down in front of us, and let's just prep our shape. So you can go same as Miranda, Alana, yeah. So hands down in front of us. Now, before we head off in our horseback today, let's just get our shape prepped. So you're, Miranda, you're going to lift your legs higher. Yeah, they're going to stay that high. Now push into your box and round backward. Yaha. Awesome. Yep. Both of you got brilliant shape. So just hold on to the shape. Now bring your arms down by your side. You have to do it slowly because it's quite hard to do. And just think that's my shape. So arms lift up, squeeze your box. It sounds terrible, doesn't it? And then lift a little bit higher. Good. Hips come down, arms come down. Legs up, butt up is what we want to think. So arms up, legs up, butt up. What's not the point of this one, Miranda? It's the greatest exercise in history. So the question was, what's the point of this one? So horseback, if we think about horseback goes places. So it's got its spine stretch on the box, but it's also about how can I lift myself up against gravity, holding a shape, squeezing a box. It's also about how can I, like what comes after this one, which would be something like, you know, your pommel horse gymnastics type movements. Pause there, Miranda. That's good strength there, just round you more. But it's also teaching you about balance, because it's not a hugely, like it's not a big movement at all. We'll prep this, you and me, next time before class, because you're close. You just need to know where you are. Yeah, nice, Alana. That's gotten heaps better, Alana. Yeah. Let's finish our horsebacks. Pop your straps down. And then we'll just get rid of the box for now, have it nearby, because we're just going to whip through the long stretches. So let's go foot bar up, headrest up. Sticky mat on the headrest if you need it. And 2 springs. Or 1 if it's you, Lenny. Righto. Okay, so standing next to your reformer, let's go hands on the bar. Straight leg steps into the headrest. Other straight leg steps into the headrest. So everyone's leaning forward. Awesome. And then we're going to think, push really hard between your shoulders and hips forward. Then we press back, pull forward. Awesome job. And again, press back, pull forward. Everyone's got great feet today. We love this. Even you, Leonie. I know. Oh, yuck. Good. One more time. Yeah, Miranda's having a great time. Brilliant. Now, coming forward, once you hit the stopper, look up, chest up, knees down. Yes, reset your feet and we're going straight into down stretch. So chest up, hips forward, eyes up. So pressing back and then pull up. So when a really good thing that to think of here is how much can I hold my feet against the shoulder blocks? Upper half of the body, it's kind of like you want your armpits are getting pulled up to your ears. It's not so much a depression, because if that you learn to pull them up, your chest will lift more. That's a real funky trick that we get to learn eventually. Nice, Miranda. Right, Lana, well done. And then what we can work on as we go along is holding more of our shape. So what you can do is every time you come up, you have more of a back bend, but then you've got to hold that. So we can gradually increase our range. Yeah. From there, let's stand ourselves up. We'll do elephant first. So heels back up toward the shoulder blocks, round spine, head over the foot bar. And then pressing back through the heels and forward again. Nice. So if everyone can kind of imagine the top ridge of your pelvis that joins your lumbar spine, I want you to think that section is lifting up toward the sky more than any other part. Doesn't mean that your weight changes necessarily. It's more on the pull in where we can just open that spot up even more. So I guess like for women, that's their, like they'll tell you that it's a low abs feeling. And then let's take one leg forward and do our single leg elephant. Good, so that can be knee to chest or straight leg forward, and we want 4 on each leg. Super good. It's kind of like hard knee stretches. And then we'll do 4 on the other side. Could be, so say like, all right, so Alana's giving you the straight leg and Leonie's giving you the bent leg. So if you watch Alana there, it's just really hard to pull the leg forward in compression strength. She's actually putting it forward. It's not like an offset hover. Her leg's forward of you. Thanks, Alana, you're the best. So if you're kind of a really straight leg, yep, as if you want to touch your foot to the foot bar. Whoa, that's it. Yeah, it's pretty crampy. We just want to make sure we've done that on both. Have we done that both sides? Yeah. Yep, awesome. Up stretch, so heels halfway up the shoulder blocks. And we really want to get into the circular motion of this one. So if I was, usually when I'm doing this with people, my hand is actually on their head, holding it in place rather than their body, because that gives you a better interpretation of where you are in space. So we go. Heels pressed back, so we're in a plank. Good, hips right down. Now travel forward in long stretch. You're going to have to curl yourself over the bar to lift back up into our start position, which is like elephant. And then we go again. So legs back, hips down. Excellent. Travel forward, curl over the bar to lift yourselves back up. Super good. One more time. Legs back, hips down. Travel forward, curling over the bar. Coming back to your start position, and then we're going to reverse. So we have to curl and travel forward, pushing back through our legs, hips down. And then we curl again to bring the carriage back to the stopper. Excellent, 2 more of those. So flow with it a little bit. If we're too static with our movement, sometimes it's kind of detrimental to our movement. So we want to be able to go for it. Awesome, beautiful, everyone. And then once you finish that off, shake it off. Lucky everyone, we get to skip long back today. Because hands. Short boxes on. So foot bar down. Offering on, and you guys in here can gear out one as well. Oh, it's so easy. Alana, if you want more space, you can put your short box over your shoulder blocks as well. But you can choose and see what feels better. For you, yes, defo. So head rest down. Yeah. Awesome. So once we've got our boxes set up, so it takes us like half an hour to set up for short box. Because we're really fast in here. No poll today. Yeah, we will do poll one day, I promise. Coming to sit on our boxes. So we want to be in a position where we're pulling tight on the strap. So Alana, for you, it's more like how much do I bend my knees? And us in here, it's how much do we scoot back on our box? Yeah. And then we'll hug ourselves, oh, bear. And then we'll hug ourselves around our waist, curl forward, and then we roll. So backwards we go. It's okay if our hips need to slide under. Pause when we get our low back-ish toward the box, and then we curl forward. Really good. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? You'll be right. Just fight for it, mate. Yeah. So what we want to work with our round back today more so is, can we actually get ourselves down on the box? So not worrying about going like right back over, but more about the depth of our movement. So for some of us, it takes I have to take an extra breath at the end just to get that last little bit of movement. And that's what does it for me. We'll take this last one to have one more go. Very nice. And then once we make it back to the start, hands behind our head. So this is where we want to kind of think again about what we did in our rowing, like our biceps rowing. So it's that lifted. So hands behind our head and physically try and pull your head up off your neck. Excellent. Bit of a butt squeeze for this one. Never does anything wrong, but well done. And then, oh my God. And then we go. Hinge back in a flat back. And then bring it all the way up. Beautiful. So Miranda Leone, think a little bit more for you guys of back extension. Just a bit, like you're just back bending a little bit more. Yeah. I think it's harder with straight legs to do that. Yeah. Yeah, you just stay still then. Nice, Miranda. Excellent. One more time. Absolutely like neck pull. That is exactly what it is, Miranda. Well played. Exactly like neck pull. Well, neck pull was originally done with feet under a strap, right? So like it gives you an idea of like how it was done. So it was a bigger range, but perhaps like it's just different doing it with no strap. Side to side, so hands still behind our head. Now, when we go off today, we want to tip to the point that our opposite hip could lift up. So quite far. You don't have to lift it by any means, but it will just give you a better sense of a side bend. So lift up to the point where the other hip could lift. It's a really easy one for clients to also figure out how to, like stay in that lateral position so that they're not sort of coming forward or back. So that's another way to think. It's an easy cue to give people. How many have we done of this one? I haven't been counting. Like 2? Okay. Finish this one off and then we'll do twist. So original twist is literally just a sitting spine twist. There's no hinge back for this one. But all you're trying to do here is just push more outward against your strap so that the hips stay still. And then if you want, Miranda, you can think, oh, actually both of you guys in here, if I had my knee in your back and I was turning you around, like it's that like muscles feeling. Muscles are great, I have to say. Beautiful, Alana. Yeah. Once you're even, take a moment. Good. And then choose your favorite leg to bring out of the strap. So everyone has a favorite leg. There we go. Hang on underneath your knee. And here we go for climb a tree. So 3 kicks up. Good. Once we've done our 3, hold long. Walk your hands to your ankles. Leonie, if you're not doing back bends today, you can do the muscle version. So rolling back so your leg's at the sky. Strong leg. Walk down your leg as you roll backwards. Back bend of choice. Yeah. Leg stays facing up to the sky as we walk up our leg so far that it gives us a stretch, but we're actually going to stay there. Use your muscles to hold and take your hands off. Good. Hands back on. Walk down your leg. Told you we get compression stuff, I promise. Back bend. Yeah, I know you were worried. Hold at the top. Good. Pull yourself up. Hands off. Very nice. And down we go again. One more time. So the goal is like, how could I pull myself up with no hands and get my head on my leg? One day, Alana's like, I will do this. Who can do it? Liana.
Yeah, she's weird.
Yeah, I know she's weird. She's so weird. Other leg. One of our friends in here, she just can do the most random stuff. And we're like, okay, this is great. So we'll try the other leg. All right. So once we've done our stretch, strong straight leg, walk to your ankle and then roll back so that that leg's facing the sky. Walk on down as you roll down. Yeah, adjust hips as you need to. There's no reason why you don't have to. And then we'll walk up, try and lift our head toward our shin or knee. Hold it there. Good leg, Miranda. And then take your hands off. Whoa. Hands back on. Walk on down. You right, Leonie, in this one? Yeah. Great. Oh, yeah, true. Brilliant. And then third one coming up. Brilliant. Last little go at the top. Yeah. Oh, nice, Alana. That's the one. Good job. Yeah. And then come out of there. Hell yeah. Boxes can go. Foot bar can stay down. And then we're going to, I would probably spring, so chest expansion springs. In here, it's 2 springs. Alana, you have a much better time on your reformer. So like a 1 1/4, 1.5 kind of job. Oh yeah, and gear back in. I'll do your straps for you. I think we should have a competition of who can adjust their reformer the quickest. Oh, so you get points. All right, so kneeling facing the back of the reformer, take a hold of your leather straps, your ropes for you, Alana, and then we're going to have feet off the edge of the carriage, up at kneeling. That's the stuff. All right. So what we want to do first is, before we get started, think of the shape you want to make for thigh stretch. So it's like quite tucked and a little bit of a lean forward actually gives you that really flat shape. Excellent. All we have to do is hold it, pull our straps past our hips, choose if you want to do the head turn. I'm really not phased if you want to or not. Arms forward, and we go again. So once we're pulling ourselves back, think like the whole shoulder joint actually will move back with you. So it's not just as simple as a shoulder blade squeeze. We want to get the entire joint to try and pull behind us. I know it's hard on that one, Leonie. If you don't want to do the head turn, that's fine. Just count to 3 instead. So I think more about the holding tension than it is the head turn. I don't like the head turn. It makes me more tense. So I tend to just hold. Yeah, one more time. Yeah, well done. Excellent. Once your arm forward, a spring. And then we're going to wriggle forward so that our knees are against the shoulder blocks and do thigh stretch. Righto. So we've got to think, the further we go, with your pelvis, the further you go back, the more you have to tuck as you go. So we'll do that, say, for the first couple, and we'll try it with a bit of the back bend on the second too. So arms up, tuck like you're a ninja, and then keep tucking as you go backwards from your knees. So more than you think. Oh, Miranda, boom. Bring yourselves back up. Oh, Alana and Leonie, because you're awesome too. Maya. And we go again. So practice, don't listen to them. Practice, practice tucking more as you hinge back. Oh, one day I'm gonna get this one day, I swear. And then hold up at the top. Pause for a second. Everyone can think like more of your low spine moving backwards. So if you were to start in, yeah, that's it. More, if you were to start in flexion, it's that kind of feeling. Yeah. You can add the back bend on this one if you choose. It's not about hips forward, it's about head back. So you start off as you start. Oh, much better, Miranda. When you get about halfway down, then you can drop your head back, but keep going down with your hips. That's kind of in theory, that's where we're going. I'll explain why in a second. Nice, Alana. Who was doing this really well? Pen was doing this the other day. So when you guys in here, when you keep thinking hip, like bite to heels as you go. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Well done. Same with you, Leonie. That's a one you can like keep going back with your hips. Alani, have a rest. You were doing a brilliant job. Thank you. Now hold it, Miranda. That's much better. Well done. And then once you're out of this one. So my theory about, so when in the like the heavy, like a lot of big moves, original order of reformer, after this we have back bend, which is the like kneeling, hands go back, like a back walk over basically. So what I think about thigh stretch is that's more of the holding shape. So it's like the difference between say swan and pulling straps. This one's more the difference between like thigh stretch is pulling straps and your back bend would be swan. So there's like a bendy one and there's a strong one. So I think of thigh stretch as the strong one because we need to be able to get out of our back bend without load. So we've got to be able to have the strength to get up again. So that's kind of my theory about it. Everyone like probably like you guys in here were doing more of the back bendy shape, which is good for that exercise. But Alana had like the strong, like the solid stick almost, which actually makes thigh stretch a bit easier in its own way. So it's just a thought thing to remember when we're going through it next time. Cool. Yeah. We're going to do some arm shit. So one spring absolutely. There'll be no more springs required for this one. And then let's face forward, kneeling feet against the shoulder blocks. So we're going to do arm circles. Then we got the big stuff to finish up with. Alrighty. So let's come up to high kneel. Okay. Now remember with arm circles, they can be as big or as small as you want. Leonie, if scoops feels better for this one, also, or you can jump on the armchair and do yours if you want to. See how your shoulder goes. Okay. Same shape as thigh stretch, believe it or not. A little pitch forward. So you've got your balance. Good. Like pull into your straps already so your muscles know what they're doing. And then we go. Arms up. You can circle all the way. You can do a little circle. We want 3. Excellent job. And again, pull into your straps and then keep it going. Well done. One more time. When you get to your hips, go the other way. Leonie, you can keep going this one if you want because it's probably a bit nicer on your shoulder today. Yeah, that's it, Miranda. Yeah, nice, Lana. And 2, good shapes, everyone. You kind of, the good thing about arm circles is if you falter, you're going to fall off. So like you're unlikely to F it up. Good, and that'll get us to 3. Awesome. Straps down. If you have, let's put another one or two springs on. Lay yourselves down onto your carriage headrest up. And we're going to do corkscrew and control balance. Yeah. Now foot bar down. Yeah. So what we're going to do is set ourselves as if we're going to do something like control balance. So my head's mostly on the carriage for this. So your arms are reaching up overhead. So if you've ever done stuff on the caddy and you're holding the poles, it's kind of that sort of thing. So if you where I position me is my butt is off the edge of the carriage, which is most people, I want to say. Like I kind of like it there. And then hands are going to hold on to the shoulder blocks. All right, legs to the sky. So corkscrew first. So let's do a rollover into a jackknife. Over and up. As we roll down, our pelvis will hit the mat, and that's where we do our big leg circle. So rolling down, pelvis hits, circle to one side and come up to the other side. You're right. Bit weird. Yeah. We only want about 4. So you guys can do this quicker than what you're doing it now. And just kind of, play with it. Let it roll. Corkscrew is not one of those exercises that we want to do slowly. We want to let it move. Good stuff. Once you've done your 4, just go knees to chest so I know you've finished. Nice, Brenda. Excellent. The reason we did our corkscrews here is because when we're going into control balance and control balance off, we don't want to be squashed up against the shoulder blocks because we've got nowhere to go then. So how we want to start control balance is from our jackknife. So if we all do a rollover, this will be in pretty quick progressions today. So if we're teaching this to our clients, one leg is going to go down and touch that same side of the carriage, of the frame of the reformer, and then we lift that leg up. Other leg does the same on the other side. When we're happy with that, we start to miss the carriage and go toward the floor. So first thing is, how could I touch the floor? Oh, well done. How could I touch the floor? If we're happy with that, we start to do the arm switch. Done. So that means the leg that's going down will be the elbow that's out to the side. So if the left leg is going down to the floor, the left elbow goes out to the side because we need to learn to roll onto that shoulder. And you'll know quickly if this is the day that you're stepping off or not. So my telltale is I'm very wobbly in this particular position. So if it's too much, then I'm just like, I'm not going anywhere. But if you feel strong and good today, your other hand on top of the shoulder block will push you over. So even if you're just practicing the hand stuff, you're still practicing control balance off. That's it, Lana. So if you stay there, nice, Alana. You even just get to there, Miranda, and put your left hand on top of the shoulder block. That's where you'd step off like that. You don't have to do it, but that's where you'd go. And I do this a lot, is just holding the shape, because I think there's something about just holding there and just like tensing your upper body to be able to push you does the trick. Yeah, plenty. Nice, Alana. Oh, there's a wall and a plant, but that's okay. We got the wall and the plant. Can you roll back on? Is that doable for you? No. Awesome, me either. Let's do splits. We did very well. Foot bar can come up, 2 springs, and then let's kneel on and practice our big splits again. My favorite splits to do. I did say side splits today. Front splits, yeah. So we'll do kneeling front splits. So hips forward as far as you can. And then while you're there, let's take our whatever hip is stretching, that same side arm up to the sky. And then go for a side bend. You right, Leonie? Knee padding. Like a side stretch. Yep. Take a side stretch. Once you've done, say, one or two, thigh is glued to our chest, back foot is pressing back, and then we press back as far as we can without our thigh leaving our rib cage. And then bring it back in. Yeah. It's definitely one of my faves, I have to say. Good in the hips, everyone. On this third one, you can hold back. If you have the ability to walk hands down onto the frame, you can. Just to hold yourselves there. You're so close, Miranda, fight for it. Thank you. Nah, excellent. Oh, Alana, well done. And then you can bring yourselves back in. You can stay there, Alana. Switch sides and go for your hip stretch. Excellent. So you can hip stretch with side stretch. Just gives you just gives you a good idea of like positionalness to your. Well, yep, it's a real word, just so you know. Is today. Someone started a vocab. I had a client that used to, she'd like flag things I said and she'd be like, oh, that's going in the Jess's vocabulary manual. I don't have it anymore. She had it. That was like pre-COVID as well. That was a fun time. Positionalness. Yeah. Try. You'll see. Different reformer. Yeah, different reformer. So like if you're on one spring on this reformer, Alana, what spring are you doing? 1 1.25? Yep. So she's got like a red and a yellow, for instance, on a balanced body. So if I was doing this on one spring, I would probably snap in half. Yeah. Oh, no, more of the push out actually. Yeah. Like no strength. Got all the range and zero strength. Yeah. So if you've got clients who are like same in long stretch, like if you do long stretch too light for some people, it's like you just cannot control where you are because you don't have that press. So we had some new stuff in there today. Any questions about any of that?
I have a question, but it's not about any of the new stuff.
Okay, that's fine. You can ask it though.
It's just a classical reformer question. When you're doing 100, you said the classical reformer have all springs.
Correct.
And why is that? Because I know the classical reformer, you have to work harder to pull it back in.
So the four springs, because it's literally weighted differently. Like it feels very different to doing it on a standard reformer because it's got it's longer. So the actual frame is not as long, but the carriage is long and the space between where, if you have a look, I don't know if you can't see really well, but you can see the space between like the frame and the carriage is like that much. Whereas a lot of reformers these days like that much.
It's like,
it's only little. So for some things, when you do like 100, the 100's there, like if you think about the program, it goes arms, legs, torso, arms, legs, like legs, arms, torso. That's kind of how it rolls. So we've just done some heavy punchy leg stuff. So we want to do the same with the arm stuff. On our reformers, because the tension is different to say your reformer, it feels like your reformer kind of pulls you back, whereas ours you can push through. Yeah. So if we had say 2 to 3 springs on, we'd just be like flapping there and doing nothing. Whereas because your reformer pulls back in, so you've got an extra bits to fight against.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're also,
and your straps are longer too. Yeah.
Yeah. The equivalent, I say equivalent of 2 red, it kind of feels like.
Yeah.
Not with the arms, like if you had like a dude in here, maybe they would go leather straps for their 100. Like a big dude. Yeah, well, so another example is on the blue reformer, I get pulled back. Like I don't have the strength to push through as much as I can on the brown, on our brown reformer, because the spring we've got heavy springs on the blue one. So some
okay.
things, and it's stiffer. So it's a bit of a bitch of a machine, really. So it's kind of like you literally do have to use your own body to bring it in and out. It's not as like lush as the brown one.
Right. Is it stiffer because it's
Yeah.
newer?
Not even, it's just different. Like it's just
Yeah.
different. So and it's for a reason, so that they all don't feel the same. And that's just kind
Yeah.
of what we did there. Whereas it's just different dimensionally as well. So you've got more wiggle room for different things, I guess, where we kind of have to adapt to whatever we can on these reformers, because they only have one setting, really.
Yeah.
Springs you can play with a bit, but in reality, it's kind of like most things is the same setting for most things, I guess.
Mm.
The only thing that people like in footwork, people really spring down if their feet don't like the foot bar, or shoulders is just too much for the shoulders to against. But
Yeah.
it's not actually the leg and the torso stuff that bothers people. It's more just the sensitive feet, sensitive shoulders.
Yeah. Interesting.
What Miranda's asking, what springs did you do your 100 on?
2 reds. But I
Two
also,
red.
but I wouldn't do 2 reds on breaststroke. I went down to red and green.
Oh no.
So when you said do
Yeah.
the same, I was like, oh God, no, it's way too heavy. Because I think pulling you back on
I
that
see.
angle, pulling you back in
Yeah,
on that
that's
angle
it.
is like insane.
Yep. Exactly.
Mm.
So that's kind of
So I
for the
can't hear you,
100.
Miranda. I can only hear Jess.
Two reds for in the small loops or the long loops for the 100.
I think I did short loops, but my brand is weird. Like you wouldn't even, it's like literally that much difference. I don't even know why there's a shorter loop.
Yeah, fair enough.
But every
Yeah.
brand's different, right?
Yeah, every brand's super different. So
Yeah.
I guess that's why it can be a bit tricky with like the tension, because it is different. And unless you've had experience on both types of reformer, it's hard to, when you've done it, you're like, oh, I see what you're talking about. Like you definitely have to feel it out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of,
Just need to get one.
I've taught classical Pilates on your type of reformer for years before this anyway. So you kind of sort of figured stuff. I just had to figure it out and go, okay, if that feels like on this reformer, how do I replicate that on a contemporary reformer? Which is more so what I do with people now, because I'm like, okay, like it's just different. So we have to cue it differently.
Yeah.
And that thought process gets lost. So it's more like old cues, like when you're talking about breaststroke, say, and the cues like go press down to come up.
Yeah.
That doesn't work on your reformer. You have to press forward.
Yeah.
Because the spring level's forward.
Mm.
Out, we don't have risers, so they're down lower. So that's where you can press down. But even then, if you're trying to get up into your breaststroke, you actually have to press up. So that kind of works on both reformers. So you can sort of you play with them. You can play
Well, with
with them.
breaststroke, since I started doing it with you, it's way more forward focused because I had to fling myself up to get me up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that wasn't using my muscles though. That was just
like bending. Yeah.
Like bending.
Does Steph
it's
Armitage
interesting.
does Steph have a classical reformer?
I haven't been there in ages. I don't think she does. I think they're balanced bodies.
Okay. So Nick.
The wooden ones. Nick, I think, is the only one that I know, and there's maybe one in Ivanhoe that I've yet to go.
Yeah.
I just need to go train on them.
Yeah. But they're like over on your side, it's harder just to like rock up and be like, hey, can I have a go? Like they're like, no, pay for a $2,000 private. Like, you know, like that's the thing.
So I might as well just buy my own one.
Honestly, it's probably cheaper.
Thanks for class. That was awesome.
No worries, mate. I've really got to run anyway. Have the best day,
okay.
and
I'll see you next week.
What I'm doing Tuesday. Yay!
I know. I've been thinking. I'll message you.
Bye.